Hey guys, sorry about the bad lighting. Oh my gosh, I'm like, okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to fix this. Probably didn't make much of a difference. Oh. Okay. That's as good as I can get the lighting to get. Sorry about the lighting, guys. Okay. Back to what we were doing. We have added, for our dog biscuits, we have added the olive oil, the peanut butter, and the water. Now all that is left are the flours. So I have both my flours, and it's 1/2 of a cup each. So let's get started. One, and you add 1/2 of a cup, so 1/2 cup, and I'm going to see if that's good enough. So now you're going to mix it. I got my spoon here. Probably not going to be good enough because you're supposed to add another 1/2 of a cup, but I'm going to see if we really need the other 1/2 of a cup, and we definitely need it. Okay. Now we will get the white flour. This is white flour, just it's in a coffee thing. That's what my cool peeps do. We put it in coffee mugs. Yeah. Got some flour. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough. Okay, so that's 1. I think I might. Okay, 2. This is how much flour was left in it. Barely enough. Okay. If that was sugar, okay, no. I thought it was sugar. It looked like sugar. Don't call me crazy, guys, but that seriously did look like sugar. Okay, now to the mixing part. Okay, this is very, very, very messy. And you're just going to mix it, and it should become doughy. And if it's not, after you've mixed it for quite some time, then you can add, like, not even a tablespoon of water, like a pinch of water into it, because, and if it doesn't work with you using the spoon or whatever you're using to mix with it, try with your hands, because that might work even better. And don't worry about like peanut butter getting stuck to your hands. If it's mixed in with flour and all that other stuff, then it won't stick to your hands as bad. And you want to make sure to get everything kneaded in. Okay. And since this isn't really coming together quite as well as I planned it, I'm going to get a little bit of water. And put that in there with it. And don't put too much, because then it will mess the whole entire thing up. And all of this stuff you just put in here will be wasted. So now that I have mostly kneaded it, I am going to put it out onto the cutting board. I said mostly, you guys. Okay, I'm going to set this off to the side and begin to knead. If you're doing it right, it be white with brown mixed up. Because it's peanut butter. If you guys seriously forget peanut butter, that's like one of the most important ingredients. And that just went on my camera. Okay. And we're just going to knead it. Knead it. You might want a rolling pin when it comes time for actual doughiness. And you guys will probably get somewhere at this sooner than I will, because secret teasing, I used white flour and all-purpose. So I would use white powder or white flour and all-purpose flour instead of wheat flour, because I didn't have any. So if you use wheat flour then like you were supposed to and didn't substitute it for anything, then you will get somewhere quicker than I will. I'm just going to get the tips of my hands. I'm getting the tips of my hands wet just so it will get some of this extra flour that didn't get stuck on to it to get to sticking. And sometimes flour like dries the peanut butter, so unless it has a wet surface, it will not stick to each other. And now I'm going to get my rolling pin. Sorry guys, I forgot to mention that. You will need a rolling pin or like one of these, or you can just use your hands. I prefer rolling pins because that's just how I am. And I'm going to put some flour on here. So it doesn't like, because if some of you guys know, flour makes stuff not stick. And since this is almost like a dough, you don't want it to stick. So now I'm just going to begin. It's okay if it's like a mix of colors like mine is here. But we're just going to roll it out. Oh, and plug in your doggy biscuit thing, this red thing right here. As soon as you start to roll it, just plug it in so it can get heated up. And I would recommend opening it. Okay. Now I have more space to work. And I'm just kneading it. And if you guys want to, you can cut it in half. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Since it's so big, I'm just using a butter knife because I don't see a point in using one of those big bulky knives. And I'm going to put the bigger piece off to the side. And I'm only going to work on this piece. And you don't want it too thick. I mean, if it's for a big dog and you want it thick, then go be my guest. But I don't like mine too thick or too thin. I like it right in the middle. And you want all the sides to be even, not like just one side be like thinner than the other. Okay, I'm going to thin this part out a bit more. And if you can tell, I don't know if you can, but it's on camera, I don't know if you can tell, but there's swirls of like white and other colors. And you can do any shapes you want, or you can just make them regular circle shapes. I like to do bones, and I also like to do big and little bones, and then I also like to do dogs, like actual dogs. Those are my 3 favorites, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the big one first. And then you don't put it on the burner until like you have all of the ones you want to put on it cut out. So one doesn't finish before the other one. And I'll do a dog And I'm just going to set them on this burner. And you don't have to put anything on it, because it has like this surface that I like that doesn't stick. And while those are cooking, I will cut out some more. And it would help if you would close it and lock it. And I'm going to just continue cutting out shapes for the next batch. And just put this in a bowl. And these actually people can eat too, because these are just peanut butter cookies. Basically, just there for dogs. That's why I put flour on it, people. So it doesn't stick. I will put some. And you can just check them. It doesn't have to be in there for a certain time. It depends on how thick you make it. I'm going to check it right now, and I'm going to turn my camera so you guys can see. And I will turn this a little diagonal. And I have this little mini wooden spatula. I just used to pick it up, and because you don't have to flip them, because the top of this and the bottom gets hot. And as you can see, I don't think you can see on camera, but these are nowhere close to done. So I'm just going to set it back down, and they don't have to be in there for an hour. Like, check every 5 minutes or so. And I'm just going to make some more little bones. And I'm just making a whole bunch of mini bones right now. And I'll make a few more top. And I'm going to check them again. Well, I might have to flip them, because this side is harder. So if the other side's harder, then do flip them, and that's what I'm going to be doing right now. Because sometimes the bottom half of this is hotter than the top half. So yeah. And if you want, you can make little shapes. That's what I do sometimes with leftover dough. I guess I could try one right now. And if you just do a circle, like a ball, that will like be a circle cookie. I can't do that. Sorry this is taking so long, folks. But now these are done, I'm being stupid and picking them up. But this is what my bone looks like, and you can just put a whole bunch of them in a little dish like that, and you're done with your dog biscuits. I will show you what the other one that I put with marshmallow fluff looks like when it's done with the freezer. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Oh yeah, peace on the street.